everybody, welcome to the Cosmic Jackal Tarot. I'm your host, Mirage. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to your Year of the Wood Dragon 2024 Lunar New Year. It's a whole lot to say. You may occasionally hear my nieces and nephews running amok or my brother yelling for everybody to chill out because it's almost bedtime. But I wanted to get you guys next before I go to bed. As you can see, well, some of you may be new because I haven't really done, the lunar signs, or I don't want to say the Chinese zodiac, but you know what I mean, like, the lunar zodiac readings before, but it'll be pretty similar. This one's going to be pretty long because it's going to venture into the next 12-month span, starting from February all the way to January of next year, which will be the year of the snake. I believe it's also the wood snake. I was born in the year of the snake, 89 to be exact. So yeah, now to get into your messages, let's start with refreshing the air. I'm going to pull a lotus incense stick here. And I also have a peach Bellini candle for you. This is for the sign of the goat or the rams, because some of y'all do get really testy if we say sheep or lamb. Well, if lamb gyro wasn't so delicious. No, I'm playing. I can't get it to stay lit. There we are. Okay, let me take this old one out. I forgot to do that. Alright, so I can't make too much noise. I would normally have my sound bowl, but I know it's going to make a lot of noise. And I also have my window open and the fan going behind me because the AC in my unit is broken. I guess until hopefully tomorrow. So we will see what happens next. But anyways, let me cleanse the space. I'm going to be using an attraction spray. So we attract nothing but good vibes, abundance, good spirits, getting rid of anything malevolent. And obviously I'm going to cleanse my hands with Florida water. This is a double bonus because I live in Florida. Although Florida water actually has nothing to do with Florida if you know where it comes from. Alright. So, let's do a small prayer. Holy Divine Spirit, I ask you to guide my rams into a year of prosperity. Guide them from anything that will stray them from their path. We only want to attract abundance, prosperity, good health, success, and all in between. Amen. All right. I'm not very good at that, but all right. Let's do your, what is this? The Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. I almost said Omen. Oops. All right. So we have number 49, Soul Retrieval. Okay, it could be that some of you were born on the 4th or the 9th, or let's see, I think that's the 13th of a month. The number 4, the number 9 could be significant to you. You could have this, either of those numbers. It's a life path number. Some of you could have been born in April or September. Maybe. Soul retrieval talks about going on a very long journey to find oneself. To some, this can be an act of, so like doing some soul searching, but also doing some shadow work. Understanding why do we go through the things that we go through? What decisions do we keep making, or what kind of subliminal thoughts go on in our subconscious that pulls us back into this, I don't know what you would call it, but like, I guess a phase or a cycle of going through things. Some of you may notice patterns, like maybe certain times of the year you fall out with certain people, or your money isn't all that great, or you have to keep canceling plans, or you overextend yourself. There's a lot to think about, but I think over this year, some of you will realize, like, hey, you know what? There's some accountability I have to take for the things that I've done or the things that I've allowed. But it's not to say that everything that happens is your fault. Life happens, And sometimes we can make the wisest and most like precise decisions about things, but no matter what, you're meant to go through something for a reason, no matter how bad you want to like avoid it or whatever. But keep in mind, again, like we are meant to go through things just for observation purposes, not necessarily because life is trying to beat us up or anything. But once you have mastered the lesson, then you fall back into a more harmonious era in your life. So keep that in mind. All right, let's see how you're doing emotionally. Let's do the Moonology manifestation. All right, you have new moon in Libra. Know you are loved. Some of you could have a Libra moon or be Libras, or this could just really be something in correspondence to Libra season. Then again, a new moon would mean this is the very beginning stages of something that you're about to go through. I don't really want to use that saying, but you're going to cross over on something. There's going to be a crossroads that occurs to you during this season. I feel like most Rams that I meet always are running from something, whether they know it or not. But most of the time, it's like they chase love or acceptance in the most obscure places, like on the internet, or they want to settle down immediately with people they just met. It's like there's never a talking phase or a get to know you, or like they need instant results. And I never understood what it was with goats or Rams. Like, why are y'all like that? And then when people aren't ready to jump the gun with you, like you immediately want to run. I don't know if it's like a form of embarrassment that you guys acknowledge on your part. Like, oh crap, like, I shouldn't have shown my whole hand to that person because I don't know what cards they were going to play, or I wasn't expecting to get rejected like that. But maybe you're not even getting rejected. Maybe it's just like, hey man, slow down. Like, I like you too. Or, hey man, like, yeah, that's a good idea and we would like to add it onto our company, but there's a whole bunch of phases we got to go through before we can give our stamp of approval. So I think a lot of you suffer from not necessarily being loved by other people properly, but loving yourselves and being patient with yourselves. A lot of times we reflect our inner fears and insecurities and project them onto other people. But it's no one's job to show up for you. You have to do that for yourself in order to attract the right people. You know what I mean? So just take it steady. Now we're going to do the cosmic events. Let's see here. We're going to pull 12 cards, again, from February all the way to January, and see what we come up with. Dang. I just moisturized my skin, so these cards are going to be a little slippery. They're already slippery by nature, but like I think it's going to be worse than usual. Come on, give me something. Here's 1, 2. Definitely have to smoke. It's my way of blessing the cards. Jeez, hold on. I need 2 more on this rose spirit, please. All right. Thank you. Let me get 1 more. While I'm shuffling, I want to remind you guys, if anything that I'm reading is not resonating with you, then that simply means it's not your reading, and that's totally okay. If you click off, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm aspiring to grow and kind of understand like where my sweet spot is. I think I've found it recently, but I'm still experimenting very much. Yet by the time this video goes up, you guys are going to see a lot of changes within the videos and on the channel itself. So brace yourselves. But these are a lot of good things coming, nothing bad. But like I said, I just want to let you guys know, if it does resonate, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, you know, give me some comments, let me know how I'm doing, what you would like to see. Tell me about your experiences. You know, if you guys have found readings of mine that have come true, like, let me know. I would like to know about how these things are going with y'all. And to anybody who has subscribed, or, you know, you're just pretty much new to the channel, welcome. And to anybody who is just seeing this and you've been here, thank you so much for the support. Welcome back. You know, I just want you guys to be comfortable and chill and have a safe space to let your thoughts wander. It's like we're besties and you're just in my space, and we're having snacks and we're having some drinks. I have some agua fresca with some tequila in it. And you know it's hitting when this is styrofoam cup ball. It's delicious. All right. Also, I made it myself. Not the tequila, obviously, but the agua fresca. Okay. Let's dive in, bestie. In February, you have moving. Change of residence, moving in with your partner. Ooh. So if you have a significant other, you guys are probably making plans, especially because we have Valentine's Day coming up with February. But also, some of you, this could be like an anniversary type of situation. Or maybe you're moving in with them, like not that y'all got a place together, or they're moving in with you, or you guys are moving closer if you're long distance. But if you are not with anybody at this time, that's totally okay. It could just mean you're moving somewhere else, or moving somewhere that's more desirable and fits your needs. You could be moving in with friends even, or back in with family, which is nothing to be ashamed of. Life is just crazy lately, you know? So congrats if, you know, things are working out in your favor with that. In March, we have confessions in reverse. Beware, there are people around you who are trying to not tell you something, but you probably have picked up on some weird behavior and are making some plans for reactions based off of what you find out. It might not be anything immediate, but, you know, I think that in time something will come out. But here's what's kind of funny to me. Not hee hee ha ha funny, but the whole, you know, the confessions in reverse of someone's trying not to tell you something. In April, we have pregnancy. Someone is expecting. So if you did happen to move in with a significant other, congrats. You guys are probably expecting. But this could also be something that might not be what y'all want to do. I don't really know how that's going to go. But I do foresee that, you know, if it's not pregnancy, somebody's going to let you know that something has occurred. Like maybe they started a business, maybe they took out a loan. It's going to be something that it kind of shakes the foundation a little bit, but it's not that you guys can't talk about it. And remember, like anything that can be talked out, it's really not that scary. But congrats if this is something that you guys are celebrating. But if not, like, you know, hey, you got to make plans about that. Don't irresponsibly bring life into the world, or be like, oh yeah, that should be fun, and then when the kid gets here, you were like, oh wait, this is an 18-year commitment. What the fuck? Yeah, bruh. Yeah. Okay, so in May, you have move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time. It's over. Someone's got cold feet, and if it's that you're the one that got left, or you're feeling like you've been ghosted or something, you know, it took me until late last year to just accept. I had to take a long and I still am on a long social media break. And with that being said, I've just taken all this time to really pour back into myself. I'm a very loving, open person personally, outside of, social media. In my real life, I always look for ways to help people feel more included. Not making it up, that's just really how I am. But what I realize is I do it so much that I never really show up for myself or make the effort to, focus, buckle down, and pursue my own dreams because I'm so busy making everybody else's come true. I'm also a Pisces. I've learned that moving on doesn't mean forget about them, block them, screw them, like they never loved you. What it means is don't sit in that area waiting for someone to give you that energy that you gave, not expecting anything in return. Everything in this life is transactional, so if you ever have times where you're like, I would love to hang out, but I can't right now because of X, Y, and Z, or, hey, that sounds like a great idea, but I need some time to think about it. Pay attention to how you feel with these interactions. And if you feel like you're obligated or like there's a fear of losing someone or being cut off or maybe even someone publicly humiliating you or whatever, these things really don't matter as much as we think they do. I know cancel culture and everything is such a huge thing, but that's also why I got off social media. Not because I was getting canceled, at least I don't think so, but you can kind of feel energy when there's nothing left to interrupt you. So when you feel lonely, it's because you're also feeling like everything that has just been left up in the air, like there's no closure to certain things, and certain things you keep putting off to the side. Now you're in your head realizing that these things didn't go anywhere, they're still waiting, But again, don't put off anything waiting for someone, especially if it's someone specific, to come around. And you don't have to worry about that anyway, because in June you have patience. Just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. Sometimes we don't take into consideration that the person that we're longing for also needs time to themselves, and is hoping that there will be some trust that while they get their mental health, their emotional health, their physical health, their personal, I don't want to say expenditures, but their personal adventures, there's things that people have to fulfill, and we spend so much time in our own reality that we sometimes forget, like, hey, to that person, I might just be the NPC. I might not even be, main character, support character. I might just be someone that, they'll pop up when they're ready or when they have something specific and I can fulfill that need. Energy attracts energy, So when you're feeling lonely, don't you notice you attract a lot of lonely people, and then here they come draining you, and then here you go giving your energy because you're like, oh. And sometimes in our mind we feel like somebody comes around to replace the person that we want to let go of, or we feel that we should. But maybe you need time to really let everything simmer. All right. In July, we have intimacy, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. Yeah, I feel like things are going to get spicy around Cancer season, Gemini, Cancer season, basically. This person may come back around, or you might find somebody else to fill the void, however you want to word it. But you could also be intimate with yourself, especially, if you guys don't have anybody, like, romantically, then it could just be you're spending more time to yourself, pouring into yourself, taking yourself on dates, giving yourself luxury skincare, or, investing in hobbies, that sort of stuff. And that's a very healthy thing. But yeah, somebody might come back with that whole intimacy thing, or you might find somebody. In August, you have caution in reverse. So I feel like some of you were up in arms or very paranoid about something, but you've realized that there's a green light in letting the wall down. You're still a little suspicious, or you will be, but I still feel like you guys are going to be like, man, well, I'm glad I took a breath and I just trusted, or let my heart guide me for once, because some of y'all really don't be listening to your hearts. You be listening to your genitals. Let's just be real. Okay. Next we have communicate. This is for September. Compromise, forgive, work it out. Now, this could be for same person, or it could be that you're due to have communication with somebody or some sort of figure, like a business, the law. Getting a lot of ideas here of what it could be. Some of you could actually be taking up a course in telecommunications or communications in general. I mean, not bad considering that would be like around Virgo, Libra season. Because people born around that time are usually very well versed in computer literacy, technology, math. They're really intense scholars, honestly. All right. In October, you guys have narcissists. Someone is too full of themselves. Now, it could be that people are looking at you as a narcissist because, again, you're spending so much time to yourself. But I want to let you guys know, a narcissist isn't someone that is, they have good boundaries and they need to kind of prioritize themselves, because sometimes that could be because a person is really working on themselves before they can let others in. A narcissist is someone who they do not want you to have anything, especially if they're not involved in whatever. They need to know what you're doing. They're very controlling. They don't like when you talk to other people, especially people that they feel are a threat. They need to act out and be childish when they don't get their way, or maybe they don't want people to pay you any attention. They don't want you to work on yourself. They don't want you to accomplish anything. Narcissists are, I wouldn't say, they're not necessarily evil, but it's like they have no concept of being supportive to others. That's literally it. Can they express empathy? Yes. Like, can they really let out emotions when they're around someone they care about? Yes. But that is also when they're passionate about forcing someone to be what they need them to be. They don't look at people as people. They look at them as more like computer programs. So again, people could kind of think that you're turning into this, or some of y'all might actually be diagnosed as a narcissist. And again, that's not necessarily bad. It just means, hey, well, now you're aware. And if there's something you want to do to work on that, by all means, But some of you could also be covert narcissists, where it's like you're aware that you're a narcissist, but you don't necessarily, like, you still express empathy and things, but you're very selfish when you really don't want to be bothered. But there's like a certain degree that people have to hit with your energy level for you to be like, ... leaves open message, doesn't respond in like 3 months. But this could also be someone around you, or you're waking up to the fact that someone you've been with, they have a lot of these characteristics, so you might not really want to deal with it. But it's kind of weird because look, next you have divorce in reverse. Like I feel like some of you are about to cut something off, whether you're with someone or not. But you're about to be like, hey, I'm about to let this shit go. Pull the plug, snip the cord, whatever I got to do. I'm done. I want to disconnect from it, like, forever. So the reason it's in reverse is because it seems you guys are flip-flop about the idea. Like, this is kind of an on-again, off-again breakup, back on, breakup, back on, or, y'all went from good morning and good night and did you eat to now y'all may get a message every 3 days or something. And it's like, well, what's going on, man? Like, do you not want to talk to me? So it's like y'all stay even though y'all want to go, or you're thinking of like separating even though you really want to stay. Sometimes this is just, like I said, cold feet, or someone that, those people that they could have all the evidence they need to know to let something go, and then after it's like the last straw, they're crying, they done told everybody they're done, and they done packed their shit, it's by the front door, and then they get on their knees and they pray like, please God, give me a sign to stay. What? That's what that's giving me. And this is why. Because in December, you have cycles. Fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. You know that this is something you need to stop doing, stop allowing, something you need to heal, to process, to give closure to. Not seek closure, but give it to yourself. Sometimes literally a person's actions, a job's lack of consideration and empathy, you know, our parents comparing us to our siblings, our cousins, or other people in the family, things like just those things. It's like that's enough to accept, you know what, they really, it ain't that deep with them. It ain't that deep for me. So why do I keep trying to swim knowing that, like, you know, I'm gonna drown eventually. There's nothing for me to support myself here. That, think about it like that. When you're around people that constantly have all these expectations, but they're not trying to meet any of yours, it's like being lost at sea and you have nothing to grip. You can only swim for so long, and there's sharks and jellyfish and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, you have an SOS flare. But you keep saying to yourself, oh, you know what? I'll probably run into an island, or maybe a ship will come by. But if you don't fucking pull the trigger and ask for help, or better yet, get yourself out of that situation, because some of y'all have the power, you know, but y'all be like, nah, you know, you're afraid. What if you don't find better? Or what if you miss out on the chance for things to get better? But whether it gets better or not, it doesn't matter. What's going on with you right now? That's all you have. You can't go back in the past to fix the past, and you don't know what the future beholds. You're not in control of that. You can prepare, and you're in control of preparing. But when it comes to speaking into existence, everything is in divine timing. So wouldn't you want someone to respect you even more for respecting yourself and not allowing ill things to happen? Because a lot of times people keep feeding us the same amount of energy because we allow it, and in their mind they're programmed to think, well, they must like that, you know, and otherwise they wouldn't come back. In January, you have let go. That's exactly why I'm saying that. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. Some of you pray for a transformation so your partner will better accept you, but I think that with you guys, you need to accept yourselves and just understand maybe you attracted certain people in your life because you were a lesser version of yourself. But that's not to mean that you should be ashamed. We're always evolving. And like how there's different dimensions and everything, vibrationally, we have no choice but to elevate. And I feel like the more you do that, the more you cannot connect with people that are lower vibration. But that's what you want. That means you're growing. That means you're expanding. That means you want more. That means you're destined for more. But it can't come if you have draining, negative, vampiric energy sucking the life out of you, bestie. You hear me? Stand up for yourselves. Y'all got horns. Use them. All right. So now we're going to put these away. I hope you guys are enjoying the music. I love this mix so much. I'm thinking of making my own music for like backgrounds, because like, I don't know. I'm trying to add more interesting stuff to this page, but then I'm thinking about like all the people who might need like subliminal affirmations for sleep, but you know, music, I don't know. There's like music I like, but then it'll be like 2-3 hours long, and I'm like, no, I need it to be 8 hours so I can enjoy my sleep, right? Because I wake up in the middle of the night a lot, and sometimes it takes just like one song to lull me back. So that's where I'm at with it. Ooh. All right, we're going to pull one card from the Lightseers Tarot deck, and this is going to tell me basically what's the theme for the entire year or season. And you guys have the Two of Wands. You got a tough decision to make here. And some of you are taking a lot of, hold on, let me move this light. A lot of hesitation on executing a plan. Because you see there's a globe. I think that's is that a map? No, they drew like a bus. Okay, so basically they want to go on a road trip. It could be anywhere in the world or somewhere local. They're looking out the window, daydreaming. But yeah, this is about being in between a situation, like hoping maybe the universe will flip a coin for you. Nah. You can flip the coin if you want, but eventually you gotta shit or get out the pot. So what's it gonna be? You wanna do the thing and see where it takes you? At least say you were brave enough to face the experience, or you gonna just dream your whole life away? It's up to you. Even my niece agrees. Okay, we're going to hop back into the 12 card spread. Once again, from February all the way to January next year. Also, take a guess what deck this is. If you guys guessed the Game of Thrones deck, absolutely. And yes, it's because we were celebrating the Year of the Dragon. But, I mean, did you guys see House of the Dragon? I need more seasons, bro. Oh, my God. Can't wait. That was intense, I'm telling you. Got a lot of reversals here, my friends. What are you running away from? What are you scared of? I thought you guys were brave. What's going on? Why do you keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? Talk to me. Who hurt you? Who did you hurt? Okay. Interesting. Let me take a little drink. All right, let's dig in. In February, you have the 7 of coins. So a lot of you are realizing you've worked very hard, but there's a thought here. Dang, when I harvest this, where do I put it? I mean, some of you have struck gold, like you're making money, so much money, or you've made a lot of money, but you've had no plan on what to invest it into. Most goats I know are very hardworking, but like sometimes y'all get a little caught up in swaying into something you don't need. Like some of you guys, you tend to be very spontaneous. Like, let's say one day, you guys put a lot of money in a savings, and then you had a bill that was coming up, but it was a lot less than you thought. And you're like, oh, okay. So then you spend the money for this bill, and then you look at your bank account and you realize, like, whoa, I didn't realize I had saved that much. I could buy a house or have a down payment for a house, or, today's economy. But some of you are really coming to terms with like, wow, I know I should have something for a rainy day, but, again, this is kind of what that's giving me. Where you guys are like, wow, you're admiring your hard work, but beware not to spend it too soon, because next we have the 8 of Spears in reverse. This is fire sign energy, but this would be, this is like a victory, or it would have been, but it's in reverse. So I feel like there's a lot of opportunities and they were coming in fast, but now you're getting overwhelmed with them. Like it could be some of you are getting sponsored to too many places. Maybe you applied for a couple of jobs and then they all got back to you at once with a special offer. But it could be like a lack of time management. Like maybe you showed up to the wrong job at the wrong time, or this card just, I hear a loud scream of irresponsibility. Like, not saying that you can't accomplish everything that you want to accomplish, but you probably are not good at planning. And that's also what that 7 of Coins was kind of telling me a little bit. Like, you guys tend to be impulsive, or sometimes you get so overwhelmed you put something to the side past its expiration and you're like, oh, well, I hope the offer is still open, or I hope that they're not mad. So that was March. Now we have April. The King of Coins in reverse. Oh boy. It could be you, it could be your partner, like an older earth sign. They could be Virgo, they could be Capricorn, they could be Taurus. But yeah, I just get the feeling that money problems are going to affect the household. Or there's something that's just been draining everything. Or somebody has betrayed trust and now there's like no even footing. But honestly, this is someone who their home, their money, their career is basically in shambles or is about to be. Like, there's no stability here. Where there should have been or where there was, it's no longer there. In May, we have the 5 of Coins in reverse. So a lot of you are very resilient, and even when you fall on hard times, you find it very difficult to ask for help. Better yet, you just don't, most of you. You'd rather be in that situation where you're like, help, I'm out in the cold, I need something to eat, in theory. But externally, y'all dig your heels into the earth and you start, shoveling with your horns. People admire you for this type of energy, but this is more of stubbornness, where maybe you should ask for help, but you don't, and you're also not waiting for anybody to come to you, so you just push forward. But there is that remorseful moment where you think about, like, wow, if I had avoided that, or if I had been more patient, if I had communicated differently. Some of y'all are thinking, I should have seen that coming. But that's a lot of earth energy with that, because that's 5 of Coins, King of Coins, and that's 7 of Coins. Could be an earth sign is relevant. In June, you have the Lovers. Perfect timing, because Gemini would be the Lovers. Some of you could be getting with a Gemini, or a Gemini is trying to pursue you, or maybe something happens during Gemini season, romantically. Or you find someone that, it could even be platonic, but they could be like on some soulmate energy where you guys are spending a lot of time together. You guys just get each other's vibes. Y'all enjoy chilling together. You feel like you found the one. Like, this could, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but some of you probably are deep in love with this person for the energy that they share with you. It's like a give and take and give, not giving, and then the other person is taking. I feel like there's a person who balances out things and reassures you, which is healthy. In July, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. Too many options. It's making your head spin. It could be that there's a lot of people coming forward with cups of love and you're like, nah, I don't want to deal with that. Or there's too many people playing hot potato with your feelings. When people date, it's okay to like be in communication with more than one person, because you haven't gotten into a exclusive relationship otherwise mentioned. But I feel like some of you probably were trying to put yourself out there in the dating field, realizing like, this ain't even what I want. So I'm not going to choose any of it. In August, we have the Emperor in reverse. So this is Aries or Taurus energy. It could be both, and again, like I said, we've had this earth energy all throughout the reading. Oh boy. Honestly, some of you are just not feeling yourselves at this time. There's a lot of uneven ground and you have very loose footing, it's just time to sit with yourself and acknowledge, like, how did I get here? What can I do to get out of it? And even if it's just something as deep as a mindset that you have to rewire, take time to do that. It'll be very crucial. Next, in September, you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Some of you are losing hope for love, or trying to tell yourselves it doesn't really exist, or your specific person is really not out there, God playing with you. You're just feeling empty, honestly. There's so many people on the planet. There's so many infinite experiences we can have out in the world. But if one person makes you feel this much drain and agony and loneliness, yeah, it's time to let it go. All these cups are spilled. Full set, brand new, just came out the box. And all of it's on the floor in shambles. Don't drink poison just because you're thirsty. In, where are we? October, you have the Hierophant. So definitely, all if this wasn't a bigger sign about Taurus, I don't know what else is, but someone is looking out for you, even if it is a spiritual guide. But whether you know it or not, someone is always, they have their eyes on you, but they're half trying to see how far you're gonna get. The other half is they want to support you just in case you fall on your ass, or before you even get that far, like, you know, catch you before you stumble down the steps. I also feel like some of you are just waiting for that experience to have a breakthrough. You want your relationship to transform into something of higher value, like something more divine. That is literally what you're asking the universe. Like, can I meet somebody that we can grow, we can upgrade, like, we got this going, we got that going. I mean, yeah, but you're being tested at all times to see, are you even ready for that? Because I could give it to you, but if you don't like having to answer phone calls at 3 a.m. because your person has an emergency, or, you know, you don't like random knocks at your door because one of your friends is trying to surprise you with something, if you always have your phone on silent, or you don't check your messages or anything that much, it's just one of those, like, you got to be ready to receive it for it to want to come. Otherwise, what are we doing? In November, you had the Page of Coins in reverse. Small offer, you're not taking it, especially if it's from this earth sign. Like, I feel like you've just been strung all around the world, all around your emotions, all around the block, and then this person finally is like, hey, I want to talk about us. I want to settle down. I want to, you know, maybe plan a family. But the word maybe got you looking at them like, you don't sound so sure. And yeah, they're not. They also took forever to get to where, you know, the page is someone who has messages. They're not here to stay. They're not a knight. They're not going to really earn their place. They're not a king. They're not going to invest. And you know that. So when this person starts, like, babbling on, like, they don't sound so sure about what they want, but they want to waste your time because it seems like the right thing to do, at least to them. What do they have to gain? I think this was actually where Narcissist was too. But you're like, nah, you know what? Kick rocks. Good job. In January, you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. By the end of the year, you're going to feel like everything is against you. We're going to have to clarify why it's in reverse. I just feel like some of you have a lot of stagnant energy you have to cleanse out of your system, especially if it was brought on by all kinds of people funking it up. But, you know, make sure to sage your area and don't be around people that make you feel drained after you hang out around them. Like, you know how people, they can't stop talking, they got to touch shit, they want to ask you 1,001 questions, they're nosy, you know, they got a smart comment every 5 minutes, they keep losing their shit. They just, like, they keep asking to borrow your shit and you never see it ever again. Or they want to use the most expensive stuff you have and talk about some mi casa, su casa. You, oh my God. Tu en mi casa. Puta. For real. So finally, in January, you have the 9 of Cups. So you're going to be feeling a lot more fulfilled. You've worked hard, you're emotionally stable, mentally stable. You know, things have made a different turn in a better direction. However, this is only wish fulfillment. So this is something you're going to work towards, yes, but this is still missing 1 cup for it to be a complete set. Meanwhile, I mean, not bad, because you spilled all 10 a little bit ago, or they were spilt, and you got 9 of them filled. That's pretty good. All right, finally, we're going to clarify with the Tarot of the Divine. And then we're going to end everything with the Super Attractor deck here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the reading so far. Let's see. All right. You have a lot of pages. A lot of people giving you messages. Just saying stuff. That's what I'm seeing. And I do see you're open to hear about certain things, but you're not open to entertain anything. Not really. Now, if it suits you, fine. But the minute you hear something you don't like, you out of there. You don't have time for the games no more. That's what I'm hearing. Oh. All right, Spirit. That's too many. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, never mind. Yep. All right. All right. Let me take one more drink of water because we are due for a journey. Okay. So in February, once again, we have the 9 of Cups over the 7 of Coins. You have the 9 of Cups twice in this reading, which tells me what you truly desire, what makes you really feel happy, is being with somebody. But you're looking for the one, and that's what's missing from that 9 of Cups to make it 10. So, you know, you've been putting in the work, you've been admiring it, like, wow, you know, here we are. I'm so happy. This person makes me happy. I make them happy. It's all sunshine and rainbows. March, we have the High Priestess over the 8 of Spears in reverse. Piscean energy, which is perfect timing. Actually, I'm a March Pisces myself, but March also has Aries involved at the very end. However, intuitively, you know that you tend to overdo things and allow things to get overwhelming. You don't know why you do that, but it's time for you to meditate and take in, like, hey, you know what? I might be the cause of my own overstimulation. And sometimes it could be us fearing the worst. Like, we talk ourselves out of things, and then we get so overwhelmed that we don't know where to start if we were to pursue something. Just take your time. You know, don't always be in a rush. Next, we have the Page of Swords over the King of Coins in reverse. Somebody is very quick at the mouth. Very quick at the mouth, but they're very flighty. Impulsive. Remember I told you? So I feel like it's all these things, though. Like, it could be, I honestly feel like overall, as we get into this reading, there's a Taurus. Y'all, some of y'all could even be the Taurus, possibly, but someone is their own worst enemy, or someone just, they're trying to get their shit together. They probably don't even realize they're doing stuff out of a bad habit, but it's destroying the household. It's destroying the foundation. It's destroying the connection. But as a page, this is air sign energy. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It's usually, a page is also someone younger, very young. Some of y'all, this could be your own children, you know, lying, stealing out your purse, telling your business to the school, all this stuff. Okay, so that was April. May, we have the Four of Cups in reverse over the Five of Coins in reverse. Not only are you not taking time to be in self-pity, but you're not taking time to dwell in... You know how people have a dream life? Like they sit and they want to daydream with you about how good life could be? You're not doing that with yourself, but you're also not allowing anybody in your space to put you in a fantasy world of idealizing stuff. That's crazy. But I mean, essentially, you just know there's more work to have to do before you meet your goals. So again, I feel like in May, that's going to be a time where you don't answer your phone too much or messages. Like you're just focused on what you need to work towards or work on, depending on what's happening for you at that time. Next, we have Page of Cups over the Lovers. I think there's a water sign coming in to offer you their little cup of love. They're talking about it at least, or you guys could just be in the talking phase. They could be someone that's younger than you or younger in spirit. There's a rabbit here. I feel like they make you guys feel kind of jittery and bouncy. You feel like you can be in a childlike energy with them. They make you happy. They make you want to blossom and grow. They even encourage you. You know, they pour into you. Obviously, it's a water sign, but water sign being Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, by the way. But yeah, and I feel like this could happen during Gemini season. But again, like I said, it could be a Gemini, but I feel like this is just the season that you find someone that you're like, oh. And if it's not, again, just a disclaimer, they might not be a romantic interest at that time. They might be someone that they're there for support. Could it blossom into something else? Possibly, but you speak it into existence for yourself. I don't want to do something y'all be like, why'd you put this negativity on me? What? You know that person you said that was supposed to see me during Gemini season? Well, it turns out they're a literal demon. Oh, my bad. Like, it is what it is. No, I'm playing. All right. So in July, we have the Lovers again over the Seven of Cups in reverse. Why deal with all this overwhelming clout chasing energy? And sometimes people, you know what they want. They're not after actually dating and romancing. You know what they're after. But you found the one. Or at least someone that they're the cause of why you don't settle for anything. Why you don't only look at the potential. Like this person, again, even if it's not romantic, they raise your standards of what love could be romantically. Like until I find someone that's like this and we really get it, I'm not settling for nothing. Bestie ain't settling, so why should I? Exactly, you tell him. In August, we have the Three of Coins in reverse over the Emperor in reverse. Yeah. It just feels like a lot of your hard work you don't get credit for, or someone else gets the credit. Like you do a lot of exhausting projects, and sometimes it feels like you're the one doing the initiating and the ending, and then in between people just kind of peer their head in, maybe give you some ideas, maybe act like they're going to help you, but deep down it's like, again, it may as well just be you doing all the work. But I also feel like someone's not giving you credit. Like you could be like, hey, let me just go check on such and such, and then they post a Facebook status, hey, thanks to everyone who checked in on me and you know, blah 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 blah. And then they tag everybody but you. Like, make it stop. Stop it, I say. That's terrible. I mean, hey, it's happened to me before. And you know what? The block button is a funny thing. Effective, though. All right. So, in September, we have the Six of Swords in reverse over the Ten of Cups in reverse. You can't go to calmer waters anytime soon or think about the future while you move on from the past, because you're very much still stuck in it. You still think about how you were hurt, how you were dropped, how you were ignored, how you were insulted, how you were humiliated, forgotten. this may be a time where you, once again, you know, that soul retrieval. If love is what you want and you want it to be authentic, then yeah, you got to take the time to do that shadow work. And I think as fall goes on, that's exactly what's going to happen. Like, you got possibly some sort of signs you should have started sooner, but better late than never, I say. You know, it's all good. Don't worry. In October, we have the Nine of Wands over the Hierophant. Well, you want your relationship to grow, but you got to let go of anything that could suffocate it. Or, you know how people try to do these unfair compromises? Like, oh, if you want me to stop talking to my exes, then you have to stop entertaining your exes. Well, but I don't entertain my exes. Like, I don't even have them around. Okay, well, but how do I know? Like, there's people that get like so strung out on being insecure about what their person could be doing. But I mean, in the back, what are you doing that has, you see, I mean, it's his expression is just doing it for me. Like, what you mean that, well, where, if you already have your exes blocked, why are you so worried about what I may or may not have going on with mine? Like, is what happened between us is between us. Do you even hear me talking about them? You know, or better yet, how do you know I even had exes? What if you're my first person? And they coming at you with the, well, how would I know that? Everybody lies nowadays. Okay, that's the biggest red flag. You don't trust me, but you with me. Time to go. Yeah. So this is someone that's defensive, that needs to put up reinforcements. They're not allowing anyone in, not knowing that they're kind of locking themselves out of a good thing that they're trying so hard to protect. So be aware of your actions, but also be aware of the person that you're around, that if they're acting like that, there must be a reason for it, obviously. Like, they could, maybe they are entertaining an ex, or, you know, spending money, or maybe they have a record or something. You don't know. But it does make you want to be more prepared or more aware, like, that's suspect. All right, so in November, we had the Six of Cups in reverse over the Page of Coins in reverse. This person is going to try to remind you, hey, remember how things were in the past? You know, how we used to go out on dates, how we used to do this, do that, do that, do this. And you're like, yeah, I remember. Do you remember? Because apparently it wasn't enough for you to act right, or to stick around, or, you know, to at least put me into the consideration of whatever it is that you do. You don't even care how it affected me. Now you want to, you know, I miss when this happened. Don't you miss that time? Now you emotionally manipulative parasite. What the fuck? But yeah, someone's going to try to remind you of the good old days, pulling at your heartstrings. But I honestly feel like, again, it could be a Taurus, but it could also, unfortunately, be that water sign, maybe. I don't know. The cups are about emotions, so that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be the water sign, just that someone, again, it's, these two combined is emotional manipulation. Okay, in December, we have the Four of Wands in reverse over the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This breakup, because I feel like some of you did deal with a breakup, or you had to split with someone. This is fire sign energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, possibly. Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarius. It doesn't mean you broke up with one. I mean, you could be a Sagittarius and you got broken up with, who knows, but let's take it for what it is. This disconnect, even if it's not that you romantically ended things with somebody, even if it's platonic or something with a job, yeah, you just sort of feel like that pulled a lot out of you, and you're not so sure if you can be as trusting or what the future might hold. Some of you are trying to avoid it. Like, you might not, again, like, some of y'all might be ghosting. You probably don't make time to socialize. You're barely keeping promises to people you were probably going to, you know, meet up with, make plans with. But for what it's worth, Ram, nobody is perfect. And we really shouldn't hold other people accountable for how other people did us in the past. That's something that we got to be accountable for. It's no one's job to heal you, but it is your job to not only heal, but understand and accept yourself into a whole other perspective. That even if someone did come out trying to, you know, upset you, belittle you, discourage you, just wish you some sort of ill intent, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you love yourself so much that everything else is just noise, you know? Or at least I hope you get to that level for those of you who are struggling. I was, definitely. All right, now at January, you have the 7 of Cups over the 9 of Cups. It's crazy. You liked having choices. You want to go back to that. But I feel like some of you realize, you know what? I got my 9 of Cups because I have so many choices in the friends that I have, that I can hit up any family member I want. That, yeah, I got my boo, but, or better yet, some of y'all could be poly, or, you know, getting into a poly relationship, or you got the okay that poly is totally fine, you know, or maybe y'all are in an open relationship and you're like, okay, I can explore a little bit. The person trusts me. As long as we communicate, we're good. This could also be some of you traveling to different places for some sort of emotional fulfillment, kind of like a eat, pray, love sort of expenditure, possibly. I also get the feeling some of y'all have a lot of water signs that you know, you're back and forth with. But if none of those things, honestly, you and this possible water sign have so many plans for the future that it's like, oh my God, but I don't, what do we, it's a whole new year. Get excited. But hey, you know what? Do these plans with due diligence, use some discernment. But I wish you the best, honestly. And I really hope everything works out. Never stop dreaming, never stop wishing. All right, as promised, we got one last card, and then we're done. Before I close this out, I just want to remind you guys that I do have two more channels. I have one for gaming and one for my vlogs, but also some 420 friendly shenanigans where I do story times and things like that. So yeah, those will be in all my links at the description box, kind of towards the bottom a little bit. Damn, I gave you 2. Nope, I only need 1. This reading went on long enough. We passed an hour of this recording. Come on, baby. Okay, that's 3 or 4 of them. Why is this being so... I just need one. There we go. All right, we have manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Love doesn't always have to be romantic, and we don't always have to have romantic love to satisfy the acceptance we have in ourselves. While it is nice to have validation, it shouldn't be something that we feed our souls with, because a lot of times that trickles down the ego. But basically what this is saying is that in order to love yourself, you have to sometimes find creative ways to love yourself and believe that everything is achievable by you. We forget that we're literally living gods. Okay? You are in control of your script. You hold the pen. Nobody else has access to that. So if your story is going to be a tragic one, it's because you're writing the story. But if you want something to be beautiful, you know, even if you want spontaneous adventures, that's totally fine. But give them to yourself as if you are giving them to a partner. You got to love yourself harder, you know? And for those of you who aren't looking, it's the same thing. Like if you're looking for friends, family to fill a void, children even, first you have to give it to yourself. That way, it doesn't matter who shows up or who doesn't. You're going to be all right either way, because you're more than enough. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Welcome to the family. I will see you guys in another reading And also, if you were wondering how to support me or the channel, there's ways to do that also in the description box below. Just wanted to throw that out there. But I love you guys. Happy New Year. Mwah. Bye.